So, ladies and gentlemen, this your boy Charles Gregg with the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
And let me tell you something. Now, everyone knows that my favorite segment of this show are the interviews. And it's usually people with whom I have a tremendous amount of respect for, just a straight fan of, right?
Until tonight.
Now, this young gentleman that came to us today, let me tell you something, man. We were trying to get him, right? And we finally booked him, so that was cool, right? You know, we huge fans of his morning show, right?
Yes.
And it just so happened that today something went viral. Something went super viral.
It's a virus.
So, Sizzle, who we have today?
So we have, and I tried to, his resume is just out the door. I tried to condense it as much as I could possible.
Just say good day, Philadelphia. That's enough.
No,
I'm so old, it goes on and on and on.
But that's amazing. That's amazing. And you're not old. You're
You know
not
what happened
old
with
at
fine
all.
wine, right?
That's right.
There you go.
Yes. So 10-time Emmy Award. Have you won anything?
Or you
else
didn't
in the
include that.
last
That's
day?
good, yeah.
Yeah,
He
see,
might have
we had
won-
to do that. Now all of a sudden you
I
had to
had
include
to
that
say
one, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
had to
fine.
say that 'cause he might have won something. Maybe he has something coming for
Yeah, how about
this
that?
viral video.
Oh,
yeah.
Whatever. But 10-time Emmy Award winner Mike Jerrick, he earned his Bachelor of Science degree in journalism from William Allen White School of Journalism at the University of Kansas. He is presently serving in the capacity of Philadelphia Fox 29's Good Day co-host. He is the co-host. He was the co-host of Dayside, which is Fox News Channel.
Oh, you're going so far back now. Sizzle, this is boring.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
But you've done so much.
Everything.
Well, yeah.
You've done so much.
Everything.
And, yeah.
By the way, you
Yes.
look great.
Oh, thank you.
Very
Thank
pretty.
you so much. I have.
Charles, you're a very handsome man,
I
too.
appreciate it. I was waiting for my compliment.
Yeah, let's hug it out. Hi, Stace.
Lady has that. Yeah, everybody there.
Yes, but he is so amazing.
Yeah.
He is so amazing, so down to earth, so humble. It's
Oh,
just a
thank you.
joy and a pleasure to be in his presence.
Oh, my God. I love you.
But he was a managing editor and co-anchor. I'm sorry, a managing editor and anchor on.
Nobody cares about it. That's so far back. I just do Good Day Philadelphia.
All right, the morning, but you were the co-host of the morning show with Mike and Juliet.
Oh, that's
which aired
true.
on-
Yeah.
That was fun in New York. That was a great show.
Right,
yes,
right, right.
yes.
They got canceled.
But it was a great show.
While it lasted, yeah.
Yeah.
But your show had been running for a long time.
The Good Day Philadelphia.
Absolutely.
It's been on 20 years. I mean, I haven't done it that long,
Yeah,
but it's been
But
on
you've been
20
on
years.
there a
But that
long
Mike and
time.
Juliet show was fun because there was a studio audience, live audience.
Yes.
Right, right.
Oh,
yes.
which is so
So
great,
much,
that
yeah.
immediate feedback.
Yeah.
Makes me more nervous, though. I'd rather just look at TV cameras because if there's a live audience,
Right.
you can see their reaction if they're
Yeah,
laughing
yeah.
or not, or
Right,
sleeping.
And that kind of does that kind of
Yeah, it kind of is unsettling when they're asleep.
yeah. Does that throw you off though?
No,
Like-
not really. It just gives you more energy if there's a
Oh,
live
okay.
audience,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, well,
Maybe you
that's
guys
good.
should get a live audience.
Nice.
Maybe besides
Yeah,
Porsche
we-
over there in the corner.
We
shout out
do
to
need
Porsche.
a live audience.
Shout out to
Live
Porsche.
audience,
Shout out to
yeah.
Porsche. So, you finished with his introduction? I know he got a list.
She really wants to do the whole thing. but
Yes.
It's so long. It's Lauren, please don't.
She loves you.
Well, I love her.
Oh, thank you. I feel so special. But you hosted the Sci-Fi Buzz on
Yes,
Yes.
Network.
I did that for 6 years. It was on the Sci-Fi Channel. I know nothing about science fiction.
Really?
How did
I
that-
was faking the whole thing.
Really?
6 seasons. Faked the whole thing.
Fake it till you make it. Yeah.
That's right. They
Ah.
gave me a script, and it's one of the few times I didn't ad-lib a show.
Wow.
The producers knew all about science fiction. I remember one time they had me dress up in a Star Trek uniform.
Right.
And there's a little thing called a communicator that
Yeah.
you put on your
Mm-hmm.
chest.
Yep.
I come out of the dressing room, I had it upside down. And so
You
they
was,
had
you was
to-
saying peace out of V when they. You was saying peace.
they
That's
said, go
funny.
back in the dressing room and flip that thing up the other way around.
Right.
So, but that's the only show I ever had to fake it. I
Really?
really didn't know much, but it was a good run, 6 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, that's a long
Yeah.
time to
Yeah.
have to fake it.
I'm sure you. I picked up a couple.
That's what she said.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's Is the sizzle done? The
No.
introduction?
I mean, there is more.
Well, what?
Well, you also
Student council in high school? Remember that?
You also hosted HBO's World Entertainment Report.
Now, that was fun. That was seen
See?
all around the world, and it was like Entertainment Tonight, except on HBO.
Right.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Met a lot of stars, traveled the world. It was great.
That's big.
Yeah. Now I'm just in Philly.
I know that's right. You're in Philly, and we're in Philly too, and we're glad that you are here on our show today.
So welcome to the show.
I like it. We talk weekly. We should talk daily.
There you go.
See, we've been thinking that too. We do need to talk.
Why
daily.
not? Do this every day.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need
no,
to
that's
make
right.
that happen.
You heard him, right?
Let's go.
Yes.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, you know what? I don't want to go to kind of like the trending topic right now because that's like the biggest thing right now. It's amazing. It was amazing. You had
What
me
happened
laughing.
today?
Well, yeah. Let's talk about it now. We'll jump right
All
into
right.
it. Yeah.
So we had this segment. It was a dad
Okay.
who has two daughters who are probably 8 and 10,
Right.
and they love Beyonce.
Mm.
So they were doing single ladies, you know,
Right. That is fun.
in black leotards. And so for Christmas to have fun with his daughters, he went out and got a black leotard and put it on and did the dancing with them.
Right.
Somebody shot it, and that went viral. So we had to respond to it. And our executive producer, Kit Kat Klein, is what I call her. It's her nickname, Jessica Klein. She goes, "Would you please do it? It's my first day back from maternity leave, and it would make me so happy if
That
you
is
did it."
funny.
Yes.
So we did it. We did it in the 9 o'clock hour. I went out. All I had was my Calvin Klein boxer shorts and a black T-shirt, and went out there. And you're saying it is trending?
Yeah. It's trending.
Well, I got a lot of good response.
That's it.
Well, I got response. I got
Okay.
response.
Oh, right.
But I felt kind of bad because I didn't want to disrespect Beyonce, certainly.
Nah,
No,
she's probably laughing right
Yeah,
now.
I
think
hope
she's-
so.
Yeah.
I
She
think
was.
she-
It was
she
funny.
would enjoy
It was
Okay.
pretty funny.
So, but my moves are horrible. that little jerk motion she has,
Yeah.
and I had the hand thing down,
It
the
looked
ring
good
deal,
to
but
me.
it did.
Yes.
Get your eyes checked.
It did look good to me.
Oh God!
you go.
But you'd never know. No, that wasn't planned until about a half hour before.
Okay.
So you had no time to
Oh no! I
rehearse
said
or-
I had no time to say no. So we just did it, and
Right.
you never know what is going to get the audience to respond.
Yes.
Right.
But they love stuff like that.
They do.
You know,
They do.
where you're not so serious all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that? That's
And that's our show isn't like any other morning show in Philadelphia,
No,
certainly.
it's not.
And a lot of people say it's not like any other show in America.
I was getting ready
So-
to say that. Yes.
And we just happen to have a group of producers and on-air people who are willing to play every day,
Yeah.
but then get serious when we have to be.
Right.
And I work with really versatile producers and on-air people because not everybody can do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I feel really fortunate and grateful for that.
Now, transitioning into, I mean, you said versatile, right? And do you foresee yourself finishing and ending your career on something like Fox Good Day?
Yeah,
You do?
yeah.
So you can't see yourself like going into like major acting, doing
Oh.
something like House of Cards or something like that? Yeah.
No. There's a huge difference between broadcasting and acting.
Yeah.
It's not the same thing at all, and it doesn't bother me, but I really beg people, our interns. I said, "No, what do you want? Do
Right.
you want to be an actor?
Mhm.
Then go be an actor."
Right.
The other is you want to be a broadcaster.
Right.
You want to be on radio and television. It's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
On radio and television, I'm being myself.
Absolutely.
If you want to be an actor, get out to Hollywood, go up to New York, or even acting lessons in Philadelphia, because they're different things.
Right.
I don't want actors doing my job
Right. Right.
because I think the way you'll be successful is to be yourself, and be real, and not act.
Yeah.
So I don't, and I thought about it for a while when I was younger. I never liked it. I took an improv class and a couple of acting classes. Hated it because you know what I end up doing was being myself.
Yeah. How about that?
Because that's
right?
what I
Yeah.
was comfortable with.
Right.
And I said, "You're just being yourself.
Yeah,
You're always
yeah,
being yourself. That's not acting."
Wow.
So, but I admire actors certainly. They can become different people.
Yeah. Is it anything on your bucket list that you didn't accomplish?
Let's see. We Talk Weekly is done.
I know that's right. Hey,
Yeah.
where you at? He right there. Hey.
Let's see. Bucket list?
Yeah, bucket list. Yeah.
As far as the business
As far
or other things?
Anything.
You know,
I mean,
it's a real cliche one, and it's skydiving.
really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But it would be tandem. I'd be strapped to a burly man,
Yeah.
the strongest man on earth I could find. So there's that. Let's see, bucket list. Well, I'd like to see the Northern Lights, you know, stuff like
well,
that.
no.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know what I want to do.
What's that?
And Lauren, you and I can talk about this. I want to go to Bora Bora,
Bora Bora.
and hang out in one of those huts that's sitting over turquoise water.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you walk out of you get out of bed and you jump
I
into the
know.
turquoise water.
Wow.
You can see the fish for like
Yeah.
25 feet below you.
You know what made me want to go there?
What?
Yeah, I used to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians
Oh,
all the
yeah, yeah.
time, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
They went there?
vacationed there. Yes,
The bungalows they
yes,
were
and I
staying
was
in.
like,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's so beautiful.
I kind of do. Not that I watch that because I really don't.
Don't
It
watch
it
TV.
bothers me so much. But I kind of remember that episode.
Right, right.
Weren't they fighting or something?
Yeah. She
Yeah, of
lost
course.
The ring or something
Yeah,
about
the
a
ring fell off.
Yeah.
Was that Kim who lost her
Kim,
ring?
yeah.
Yeah,
She lost my ring.
yes.
But then they
yes,
found it,
yes,
didn't they?
They found
Yeah, they
Yeah,
found, they
like
found it.
Kendall or something dove down and found it. Oh God, I
Yeah.
sound like I watch. Yeah, I've already admitted on the air that I watched Bold and Beautiful.
Okay.
Oh, I used to love.
Yeah,
Bold
that's
and
what everybody says. They used to.
It's
It
still
is-
on?
Wait.
Thanks, Charles.
I-
Oh, it's still on.
Oh, okay. I was.
Oh, okay.
1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay, it comes
Me and the other 80, 90-year-old people are watching it.
Oh, boy.
But Liam found out today that his dad slept with his wife.
Oh, wow.
my
Just
goodness.
once, but she's pregnant.
Mm,
What?
Interesting.
That's all I
And
got.
what's crazy about those is that you
Everything?
can miss like years of it.
Oh, yeah.
And then come back and like, oh,
Yeah.
I remember her. They're still on there, and you kind of
Yeah.
get caught up within like a day.
My sister broke her leg about 3 years ago, so my 5 siblings, we each went back and took a couple weeks staying with her until she healed up. And she watches it. So sitting there with her, we had nothing to do.
Right.
And she got me hooked. I got hooked on Maya and Stephanie.
You have this witty, funny kind of personality on air, right?
Yeah.
Is that something that you try your best to make sure that you own that, or is it kind of a character that you developed over the years?
It's not a character.
That's you.
I'm me.
You are.
We have to.
Truly.
It's 4 hours of live television, and even if it was less than that, I think the audience can tell if you're being real or not.
Yeah.
There was a book I read years ago by Dan Rather. It's The Camera Never Blinks. I really think if you're on the air that much, people know when you're not telling the truth,
Yeah.
and then you're not being yourself. So it is me. I would have to say you crank up the energy, just like you guys do on this radio show. You got to crank it up a little bit.
Yeah.
What I try to do is maybe double the energy on everything that we do, and it looks like a somewhat normal on the air.
Yeah.
When I go home and I'm by myself, I'm not bouncing off the walls. I'm like, I'm pretty quiet.
But you're up at 4 a.m. Do
Yeah,
you,
I'm up at 4.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to. I mean, is it hard to get all that energy up,
After
or
all these years, I've done it since 1999, so
you're used to it?
I've stopped complaining about it. But that's all we talk about at the station. The people that work in the mornings.
Yeah.
When did you sleep? How was your sleep? When's the next sleep? And then Friday nights are the worst because everybody wants to go out,
Yeah,
and we
but
normally our heads are on the table at about 9 o'clock. So but there's no reason to complain about it. I want to go to work.
Right.
I want to do what I do. I think that's why it's a successful show. We all want to do it and be there.
Yeah.
I think that's why the successful people want to get out of bed
Right.
and go do it. You know,
You've
and I
been-
think 80% of the people aren't that way in America.
So you've been on air for a while. What's one moment that really stood out to you throughout the duration that you have been on air? Like any pivotal moment, you know?
There's, I'm sure I've heard. I know we had Robin Williams on up in New York, and it was just a great show. And then he died pretty soon after that.
wow.
So that always kind of stuck with me. But it's more the everyday people that I meet. Like yesterday, we had a young woman. I mean, she's 6. I met her when she was 1.5, 2.
Wow.
She's had cancer her whole life. So up at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children, they have a cancer prom. So I've hosted it
Oh, that's cool.
since I've been back. And so they dress up in tuxedos and little dresses, and they just kind of take their mind off their cancer. She was in yesterday. Now I guess she's pushing 7, cancer-free for about a year. And we just bonded about 4 years ago. And she just comes to the studio to see me.
Wow.
And gave me a gift and made a card for me and all that.
That's your studio daughter.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff like that I remember more than any celebrity I've ever interviewed. Except I did interview Beyonce back when she was in Destiny's Child.
Really?
And she goes,
Aw.
"You're so good at this." And so that had to be a long time ago, and I still remember that. Stuff like that I remember. Oh, I remember meeting Halle Berry.
Okay.
And I normally can say anything to anybody.
Right.
But she was like looking into the sun. I kind of had to turn away. She's that good looking.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah, so more good looking in person than TV.
Yeah, that's why I can barely speak now. Have you ever done stories about Halle Berry?
No.
I mean,
We did do one.
Because
we did do
she's
one,
had
yeah.
what, 4 marriages?
Yeah, I think recently she had like a new
Oh, a new
boyfriend or
boo.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
it
new
was
boo.
somebody she was dating. I don't
Dropped
know if
him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Wonder
kinda
what it
figured
is.
that.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah, and
very
yeah.
attractive and very
Yeah.
intelligent.
Maybe she intimidates a lot of men. I mean, that
That could be it.
Yeah.
But she's been with strong men,
Yeah.
Yeah.
baseball players, and
Actors.
Jazz
yeah,
singers.
Yeah, she's been with a few different people. Interesting. Yeah. And
would you be intimidated, Charles?
with Holly?
Yeah.
Probably.
I think I
That's
would
Holly.
be too. Yeah.
It's Holly
Jeez.
Berry. She's like iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah. She won a Golden Globe or something, right? She won Oscar.
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 Oh, an Oscar for that horrible thing with Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah. Monster Ball.
Monster Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Monster's Ball or
Yeah.
somebody's
It's
ball.
horrible. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. And so
Lance Armstrong.
So I want to jump into like a hard question because
Oh, God.
it's a lot of things that's going on, right? Especially with the all the sexual harassment suits and in especially in entertainment and media. What do you think about that?
Well, it's been going on as long as I've been in the business.
Right.
And every walk of life. We're getting a lot of attention on entertainers and politics, the world
Right.
of politics, but it's in every walk of life.
Yeah.
Haven't you ever? You've experienced, haven't you, as a woman?
Occasionally.
Yeah, don't you think? That just about every woman I've ever talked to
Wow,
says
yeah.
that
Yeah.
they've been hit on inappropriately.
Right.
Yeah.
I know stuff going on in this very city.
Yeah.
I say blame it on Harvey.
Well,
blame it on Harvey.
on Harvey.
Yeah, ever since him, it's just
Well, and he had been doing it for 30
Yeah,
years.
30
This is
years,
this has
yes.
been going on forever.
Ever,
So
forever.
finally, I hope in 2017 it's changing, and
Yeah.
2018 now, because I have 2 daughters. But I got to tell you, I when I walk into the studio every morning, I'm going, "Phew, I'm still here,"
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's a lot of flirting that goes on in
Yeah,
television.
it
Oh,
does.
and really bawdy
Yeah.
talk.
Right.
What do
over
you
the
think
years.
about? I'm sorry.
But I've never, quid pro quo traded sexual favors, for
Right.
anything. So I hope to God I've been respectful in that way.
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's a lot of raunchy talk
Mm-hmm.
in television and in radio. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah.
You heard the sizzle.
That's right.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
really
music
happening.
industry and all that.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
my
It's all over
God.
the place,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm glad it's coming to light.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
in
Now,
some
are-
businesses.
Are we on the border, though, of... Well, no, I'm going to shut up.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
do you
know.
think
I'm
about
afraid
Matt
to do
Lauer?
anything.
Yeah.
Well, I've known Matt forever.
Right.
We worked in New York at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I left a job at Fox 5 up there, and
Mm-hmm.
he took over the job that I was doing when I went to Los Angeles for a while. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel bad
Yeah.
But you talk about a great career.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah,
always one of the best interviewers
no.
I've ever been
Oh, my
around.
goodness, yeah.
We're kind of the same
Yeah.
age group there.
Mhm.
Tremendous career after he thought he wasn't going to make it in the business because he had given up broadcasting and he was going to be a tree trimmer.
Mm.
And our agent called him and said, I got a job opening, but it's a weekend job, Saturday and Sunday morning, really early, but it's in New York where you live. He said, nah, I don't want to do it. I'm out. So his agent talked him into it. We shared the same agent. And so he went and did it, which led to the Today Show, which led to the millions and millions of dollars. And now, I'm sure he feels,
Yeah.
I mean, look at my career. I mean, now my reputation is, will he ever shake this? Probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he did bad things.
Yeah. Yeah. And I guess he has to be accountable for that.
Yeah.
It's
Do
sad.
you feel any pressure, you being in media and you're being a very prominent figure on television? Do you feel any pressure based around that? You know?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
But, what's the alternative?
Yeah.
I don't want to give up what I do because I love it so much.
Right, right.
So I'll take on that responsibility.
Right.
I'm careful of my behavior when I'm out.
Mhm.
Not so much anymore. I don't know. About a year ago, I was drinking too much, drinking heavily. And so I had to go to this public appearance on a Valentine's Day night, last Valentine's Day. And there's about 1,000 people there, and I was representing the station. That it didn't go so well. It wasn't horribly embarrassing. It wasn't falling down. But people could tell.
Right, right.
And I was taking antidepressants and mixing the alcohol with it. So,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
so we had a policy at the station. We still do. I went away for 31 days to a rehab center down in North Carolina. And I'm glad I did. It changed my life. I feel better than I ever have in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think back to before I went down there, I was doing some pretty embarrassing things. So I'm glad that chapter's over. So now, to answer your question, I think sober, I'm being more responsible. And I do feel that every time I go out, because everybody has a camera.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that nobody took pictures of me doing
Well, that's great.
inappropriate things.
Yeah.
Did that answer the question?
Yeah. That answered the question.
So, what is going to happen, I guess, or what does Mike Jerrick have planned for this year, for 2018? Because it's a
2018.
new year. You know, everybody has resolutions and things that they're planning to do. What are some of your plans for this year or beyond?
I've actually thought about this. Not so much a resolution person, but I just want to be more positive. When I was drinking, I really started getting negative, and then
Not you.
being
Yeah, I can't even. I can't
Oh,
picture that at all.
Oh,
come
I
by the
can't
TV
imagine
station.
that.
Wow.
I'm a real perfectionist on the air. It looks like we just throw it against the wall every morning, but it is produced. We work very hard to make every minute entertaining or informative, and that takes work all day.
Yeah.
We never
hours.
stop working.
Right.
Because you're constantly having to stay up. You know what it's like. Twitter helps. You know what's going on around the world at your fingertips. So just to be more positive. One thing I learned in rehab, I'm in the age range now where I'm supposed to be a mentor to others.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it made me feel, jeez. Because that's the last step
Yeah.
Right.
is
Hold you accountable
mentorship.
for someone else. Right.
Yeah, so I'm going to try to be that. A little bit better at doing that, teach others how to do this and help them with their careers.
Awesome.
So stay in touch with my brothers and sisters better, be a better father to my children. We got that worked out though.
Yeah.
That's really good. Be a better grandfather. I have 2 grandchildren.
Oh.
So I think if I just work on being more positive, everything else will be taken care of.
Exactly.
Yeah, I bet you the fun grandfather.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I know
good.
You
Yeah.
are.
I'm sure
yeah.
you bring good presents too.
Really good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
A trip to Curacao.
I know that's right.
know.
Yeah.
One of I would like to find love.
Ah, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait,
I've
so
just been
you're
going-
single? You asked us
yeah,
about.
I
I
thought
thought
you-
you
yeah.
were taken.
We got, cause, one of the questions that we ask here, right? This is tell us one thing that no one else knows about you that you can tell us here and give us an exclusive. So maybe that's one of those things.
I can't do. I can't say it because it affects other people. But
Okay. Yeah. Well, we don't.
what
work like
what
that.
the other people don't know.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just say everything.
Yeah.
I don't.
So you're
It's
pretty
just
much
that
an
one
open book.
thing.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know,
we
because
talk
somebody
about
other
the-
person's involved. But
Right.
but that has come to an end.
Right. Okay.
So I'm ready to go,
There you go.
and not just
So you
you
single.
know just go from one thing to the next to the next to the next. I'm a serial monogamous. Like I'll meet somebody and
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's move in.
I know that's right.
You know.
Aw.
Oh, you
Single,
do know
ready to
that's right,
mingle.
Charles.
Single, ready to mingle, huh? You single,
I'm ready to
mingle.
go.
Okay.
So
So maybe we could do like a show. You find some.
oh really?
Yeah. Maybe we
So,
could do like a.
I've been checking out these websites.
Okay.
There's a website for everything. There's a website for single farmers. Do you know that?
What?
Yeah, farm.com. Yeah, and then there's J-Date, for Jewish people. There's Our Time. Have you heard about that one?
No.
No.
It's for people over 50.
Mm.
And then there's Elite.com, people who are highly educated.
Excuse moi.
And then there's
The bourgeoisie.
some weird ones out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe I'll
Is there like a crazy one, like a foot fetish group or something?
from out of the blue, Lauren Sizzle. I'm sure there is.
Well, there you go. What, one more. I got a couple more questions for
Okay.
you, and then we can let you go because we only have a little bit more time left. But what is the legacy that you would like to leave? What would you like to leave that says?
Charles, it sounds like I'm dying.
No, it
No?
doesn't. Because you have such a long and dynamic career, right? And
Yeah.
you're still making your way. You're still paving a way, and you have so many fans that just admire you, right?
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely. And because again, this is why we do. We look at certain people in the industry that we say like, wow, we would love to be like, or we admire them, or we like some of the things that they do. You know?
Well, let's go back to the Matt Lauer question.
Okay.
And all these guys that I've admired, like Charlie Rose, I used to watch him every night.
Mhm.
I can't imagine what they're thinking because that's going to be their legacy now.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just
gosh,
don't
yeah.
want any part of that. I want people when they're walking by the coffin that he was nice, that he was generous,
Yeah.
that he was benevolent.
I think they will say all of that.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I try to treat people really well. There's something. I was in a relationship and she says, you're smart, you're funny, you're generous, but you're too nice to everybody.
Really?
I thought that was an odd thing to say.
That you're too nice.
What I think she was saying, I want you to be nice to me, but not be so nice to
everyone
other
else,
women
Yeah.
or other. Yeah, I think it was mostly women.
Interesting.
I don't know. And I thought that was weird. I appreciate when people say I'm nice.
Yeah.
So I guess that's it.
That's something that's kind of hard to turn off. Like you just
Yeah, it's
treat
just
one
the way I
woman
was
nice.
raised,
Yeah, exactly. And why would someone
don't
want
know.
you to treat other women bad?
Yeah.
That's interesting. So
So I think that's probably it. That'd be a nice legacy.
Yes.
I think you got a nice legacy that's coming in.
I got a little bit of regret in there, making decisions about certain career moves that would have.
We all do.
Yeah, I mean, maybe should have gone right when it went left.
Which is a great
Yeah.
transition to maybe the last question. What, how they say, I wish I know what I knew now.
Oh,
then.
yeah.
What would I do differently? What would that be?
It's kind of technical,
Mm-hmm.
and you'll understand what a weenie I am. I'm in New York. I'm in my 20s. I have a show on every night at 7:30 at night. Everybody in the number one market, if you're in television, this is where you want to get to, which is a whole nother story because it's not what it's cracked up to be. So I'm in my 20s. I'm in New York City, the number one market. I'm on every night. And my dad couldn't see me because he lived in Wichita, Kansas. And my whole life, I wanted to please this guy because being a family of six children, I was fifth. He was a real quiet guy. I just wanted his attention and his admiration, or just some attention. And so, like a fool, I left the job in New York City and went to California so I could be on cable television, which was a good job.
Yeah.
So he could see it in his retirement in his chair in Wichita, Kansas.
Wow.
And then he died 2 years later. So my agent was going, "Are you out of your mind? Everybody wants the job you have.
Right.
Everybody strives their whole career to get to New York." And I had it in my 20s, and I gave it up.
But how did you feel inside, though? How did that make you feel, though?
I knew I
doing
shouldn't do it.
Right.
But I had to do it
Mm-hmm.
so that he could see me.
There you go.
And then my mom calls me about a year later and goes, "He watches you every day."
Fantastic.
So, but it was the wrong career move. So who took my place was Matt Lauer. So then you think, well, what could have been and all that. I'm getting so sensitive.
Wow, we're getting him sensitive. Ain't that something? Good job.
You guys
We
are
Talk
good at
Weekly.
this.
Okay. Well,
You're
did
good
America,
interviewers.
did you hear this?
Yes.
Fantastic. So okay, great. That's a great thing. So before we let you leave, what would be the one tip that you would give to us, We Talk Weekly, as a small, independent, growing?
Perseverance. One thing I didn't do, I wasn't good about selling myself because I was really shy growing up.
Right.
And so I have always had an agent to push me. There's a lot of people that have the same, well, there are less talented people who are farther along in their career because they were persistent,
Right.
and people that have a lot more talent who didn't push themselves
I see.
are not in higher positions. They should be in positions where the less talented people are. You've got to keep pushing. Nobody's going to, I kept waiting for people to come knock on my door. If I do a really good job, somebody's going to come and pluck me out of here and take me to wherever. And that happened a few times, but I should have pushed more. So you all should never let anybody say no. Just keep pushing till you get it done.
Wow, fantastic.
I mean, it's kind of common sense, I guess, but perseverance sometimes trumps talent. It's too bad that's the case, but you guys have both. You have talent, and you got to keep striving. Don't let anybody talk you out of this.
Interesting. Wow, what an amazing interview. I'm sitting here like, wow, amazing. Well, we definitely appreciate you here for coming out.
I'll come back anytime. This
there
is
you
great.
go. Wow,
I
amazing.
live close by.
And when you think about who to mentor, think about us.
There you go.
Don't forget
Think
us.
about us.
There you go.
Could we talk weekly?
Yeah, think we can talk weekly. Right?
Yeah, we can talk daily.
There you go. We can talk daily, right? Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got the phenomenal Mike Jerrick.
Thank
is
you.
in the building. Thanks for coming
I
to the show.
enjoyed this. It
Oh,
was great.
Fantastic. Hey, you feel like you got some stuff out.
A little bit, yeah. It's
There you
therapy.
go, a little therapy.
How much
right?
I owe you?
Yeah. I'll send you the bill, right? So don't go anywhere. This your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful.
Lawrence,
And this is WPPM LP Philadelphia 106.5 FM. So make sure before you leave, make sure you download TuneIn app, WPPM LP 106.5 FM, and tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. for We Talk Weeklies After the Talk. Follow us on Instagram at Twitter at We Talk Weekly, at Charles Gregory, at Lauren_Sizzle. Like and follow us on Facebook on We Talk Weekly page. Visit us on WeTalkWeekly.com. You know you got to go to the website. Subscribe to our We Talk Weekly YouTube channel. And if you're in Philly, catch us on every Monday night, 9:30 on Comcast channel 66, Verizon Files 29 and 30. And guess where you can see us? Download the little iFame TV app. It's called iFame TV on Roku Player because you can see us nationwide. That's right. And who do you look for? We Talk Weekly. Check it out. One last thing. Afro Philly, NBG Network, we are now syndicated. We Talk Weekly airs all the way through Atlanta, Baltimore, Birmingham, Chicago, Delaware, Houston, Jacksonville, Los Angeles, Miami, Newark, New Jersey, New York City, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., all across the nation. And if you're looking for anybody, who do you look for? We Talk Weekly. Dope interview, and we out here. Holla!